Welcome back to more Enderal Forgotten Stories. I'm Negative Zero. Thank you for watching. I hope you're doing all right. We are at the top of Enderal right now. Oh, there's a little path over here. We might have to check that out later. Let's go in. We need to meet some people and get the main quest story going.
Where is this supposed to lead?
There you are. Magister Karis has been looking.
Well, that went better than expected.
Karis? What's that?
I don't know.
Won't they find out eventually?
Nah, I don't think so. Nobody will suspect someone who's already in the temple. Anyway, I think it's about time I tell you a little bit more about this employer of mine. His name is Konstantin Firespark, and he's one of Narathzul Orenthiel's former followers, which the new Grand Master, Tialor Orenthiel, brought here by ship about 2 years ago. That means he's one of the former arch-enemies of the Order. They usually wear green, while the Order wears white or red. That should make it easy for you to tell them apart. Firespark's pretty much the eldest of Narathzul's mages, and quite well versed in magic, at least from what I've heard. Plus, he's a very gentle and likable fellow, which is why even the keepers like having him around. Let's hope he can tell us a thing or two about these visions, and help you get rid of the fever. Come, follow me.
I'm certain the Grand Master
Huh?
knows what he's doing. Now go, before the Magister comes to get you himself.
Yes, of course.
I love this area.
You're always so far.
Yes.
Blazes, I just can't
doesn't
bloody
make any
believe it.
sense. Why can't it ever be easy? Yes, that just might work.
All right, here we are. Hang on.
That's what they are.
That's not how you do
What
it.
he's doing.
Blast it! I'm just being careful. We
Like
have to.
heck we do. Give me that thing, now. Blasted, blistering blazes. That's what you get for working with fumblers. I told you, we
Nice with
should be
Firespark.
careful. What? Now who the heck are you? Can't an old man...
Blazes, I just can't bloody believe it.
You hired me. The Magister, don't you remember?
Oh, right. Joseph the Scrounger. So why are you here? Had any luck?
Just spar. And yeah, we did find something.
Suggest you first of all tell me when I allowed you to drag your drinking mates up here. Do you need me to explain the meaning of the words highly and confidential?
I'm sure there's a lot you can explain to me, but let's save that for later. This particular fellow over here needs your help, to be frank. Arcane fever.
Is that so? And what exactly has that got to do with me? Let the keepers and their holy rituals take care of it. What is it with the costume, anyway?
This man's magic is different, Meister. Just feel his aura and you'll see it. Plus, he's from Naren, just as you are.
Well, all right then, for nostalgia's sake. I really hope you're not wasting my time, though. Working with these religious buffoons is bound to make any rational thinking person go bonkers. Anyway, that chair over there. Take a seat, and I'll have a look at that fever of yours. All right then, this will tickle a little. Now you're right. This aura does feel different. Complex somehow and powerful. And do you really want to tell me you've only recently discovered that talent of yours? With that aura, I'm surprised that you haven't turned into an Obaya by now. Fine. Well, that is, we will help you. But first, tell me everything. How you got that magic, and how you met that scrounger.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
I see. Regarding this vision thing, I think that your mind simply played a trick on you there. Not that it's much of a surprise, considering what you've been through. Actually, you were quite lucky that the sudden outburst of your glance didn't blow your head right off.
And this chapel on the water, every time I touch one of those stones, I feel as if, I don't know, as if something comes back to me.
Well, that's probably a sign that you should go easier on the booze. Skill, whether of physical or magical nature, isn't gained through touching some stones, but through hard work and discipline. Even though this screwball Enderalian talk of paths and predeterminations tries to tell us otherwise.
Sudden outburst of my glance. What's a glance?
Oh, by all that's holy, I won't start playing your tutor now. If you don't know about the basic functioning of magic, then read something from Ballador Goldenstein.
The glance on the sea of eventualities. Alongside, but apart from the reality we're in right now, exist countless other realities, in which some events have different outcomes, so to speak. A version of this very same room, for example, with the very same people in it, only that Meister Firespark's beard is on fire. And what defines an arcanist, someone capable of magic, is that he or she can see those other realities and let parts of them come true.
Well, look at that, Gaspar. You surprise me.
That's what I'm being paid for.
How powerful an arcanist is depends on 3 factors. How far away are the eventualities that he can see, how well he can bring parts of them into our reality, and finally, how well his mind can handle seeing other realities simultaneously with ours. Lighting a candle is easier than calling a meteor from the sky, to speak plain inal, but as I said, read Goldenstein if you're interested in the topic. I'm not going to waste any time with lectures.
Again, I did not just imagine these visions. They felt different somehow. Real.
Well, if that's what you want to believe, go for it. I, in any case, have never come across such a phenomenon in over 50 years of studying magic. And now we should...
It all begins with the dreams.
What the blasted blistering blazes? Does this room look like the bosom of a whore to you? Or what makes you think you can go around touching anything you get your fingers on? These documents are confidential, for heck's sake. I knew it was a mistake to hire a thug like you. Lashery always had a weakness for...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you telling me something about dreams that led you and Tealor Renthiel here, didn't you, Meister? And you told me that in this vision of yours, the Veiled Woman said this. It all begins with the dreams.
What? Is that true?
It is, actually.
Oh. Then this near-death experience you had before you woke up on the shore, tell me again, what exactly did you see in it? A room?
A glistening white light and charred bodies, but their flesh was unnatural and gray, and I heard all these voices.
Well, this is strange indeed. Anyway, for now all that matters is that we get that magic of yours under control. Whatever you clairvoyanced back there is of no use to us if you're dead as a doornail in a couple of months.
And how can we do that? Get my magic under control?
Well, that's usually a plodding process. The fever you feel is a result of your mind not being able to handle all of these possibilities, so to speak. The ritual the Enderalians practice to get the glance under control is called the Journey to the Water. Put frankly, it means 1 year of hour-long meditation, bland food, and abstinence from anything that makes life worth living. In due time, the arcanist then learns to filter these other realities from ours, and the fever gets less and less. Anyhow, luckily enough, we Neremes know of a way to quicken that process. A shortcut, if you will. I'm not capable of performing it, but another one of us is. Her name is Lashery, and you should seek her out as soon as possible.
A shortcut? Isn't there a reason this journey to the water is as lengthy as it is?
There is indeed, and this reason is called ignorance. The Order's rituals haven't changed since the Lightborn slipped out of their cradles, and the Keepers do their best to keep anything progressive out of their country. But please, if you're up for a year of austerity and stern-faced magisters scolding you, go for it. I really don't care.
Alright then, I'll do this ritual of yours. Where can I find this Lashiri?
She's currently in a ruin called Old Rationgrad, not far from Ark. Just tell her that I sent you. Give me that map of yours. Okay, now you'd have to be a total idiot to miss it. I recommend leaving for the ruin straight away. And you, Joseph, you're going to come with me and show me what your trip to the Sun Coast brought forth. Hopefully, more than a bottle of honey wine and a hangover.
Okay.
Quite a character, isn't he? But I like him somehow. Here, I owe you this for your help back in Riverville. And in case you're in the mood for a mug of ale and a good chat, just drop by the Dancing Nomad in the Stranger's Quarter. I'll get myself a room there for the time being. With all that said, good luck mastering your magic, my friend. I'll see you around.
During the main story of Enderal, you have the opportunity to deepen your bond to several persons. Caution, these missions aren't available forever. If the main story progresses too far, the storylines of some persons stay hidden. So we can go hang out with Gaspar at the bar. I think he means the foreign quarter, not the stranger's quarter. And let's look around here for a second. What is this? Green stuff. Oh, let's see if he... Oh, I'm not sure I want to steal his books.
Now a good pipe.
I guess Gaspar's just going to stand there. I was hoping for... You know what? We need to find volume 2 of the Butcher of Ark. And I don't know where it is. I don't know if I've ever found it. But anyway, before we go do the main quest at Old Rationgrad, which is... Where is it? It's like way over here. Nope. Oh, do I not have it? Yeah, I don't have it on. Yeah, we'll go talk to him. I don't know if we'll get to that. Oh, yeah. Oh, Magister Rhaegon. I think that's this guy in the white. Where is he?
Never walk
No.
back on the road from the aged man's abode.
Wait. I'm lost.
Sorry. I know. I can't sing.
This guy.
Walk blessed.
Do you have some kind of problem?
Oh, yes. Guess what? There is. Some people just don't get the meaning of the word reliability.
Who are you talking about? Maybe I can help.
Huh. You're not from the Order, are you? Then I wonder what the blazes you're doing here. But fine. Who am I to reject a helping hand? Elia, the novice who was assigned to me, she's supposed to help me transcribe these Pyrian tomes the Grand Master is so obsessed about. But 2 days ago, she simply vanished. If I were to guess, I'd say she's strolling around enjoying herself somewhere in the nobles' quarter. I'd go look myself, but I'm lucky if I get to breathe within all this work. Go find her and tell her to get her bloody ass up here and help me. If you do that, it won't be to your disadvantage.
Fair enough. Is that... Yeah, that's still on there. We have tons of missions, quests to do. Let's see if we can get out of here. I think the stairs are here. So it's 7:47 p.m. I believe we have a quest where is it? Gnarldoff, the troll, right? The lady that's going to give us a donkey. The lady that... Okay, we can use the signpost here. The lady that's going to sell us a donkey needs us to kill a troll, but we don't know if the troll is real. Before we go there, I want to go this way for a minute. I don't know what's over here. There's a little statue. I might need to get my torch out. Okay. Angel. Oh, is that it? There's a building. Oh, what is this? Hello? Thing? Euro's tower! Okay. Euro is the guy that died that we investigated. He's got his own building here. Let's go inside. I don't know if I can... So for adept locks... Now we have... Didn't we... pick up a key from Euro's strongbox, right? Where we picked up the notes of his little diary thing in the river. But that's not for the door. Is there another way in? I think that's just the edge of the cliff. Maybe if we go to... I don't know. I think we need to pick the lock. Okay. And maybe there'll be some amazing treasure inside. Alright, well, what I think I'm going to do... Oh, you know what? I think maybe I will go down to the Noble's Quarter and see. It's kind of late, but Ragon said, or Reagan, said that his apprentice was down there. So we might go look at that.
You may pass, but
Let's go ahead and do that right now. I think the next area is the Noble's Quarter. And then we'll go see about that troll.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You do not...
Greetings.
What is this? Looking for a procurer of old things against fancy payment. Visit me in my workshop in the Noble's Quarter near the bathhouse. Uri Del Terowin. A procurer of old things. Bathhouse, Noble's Quarter. That didn't start anything, though. Now, were we not... Hold on. Let's look at... Find... Yeah, okay. So, she's not in the temple. The nobles or barrack quarter. Okay, so the barrack quarter... You know what? Maybe we'll just use... I don't see her on the map here in the nobles quarter. Anywhere? So, let's go to the barrack quarter. Whoa. Oh, this is different. This looks different from the old version. This is much more convenient. Oh, we just used our first signpost. Let's see. Whoa. Here we go. Is that a... Oh, look at this. Oh, I can't even read that. Milbard? Wilbard Birdsong, the poet plays in Ark. Thou art my sweet spring blossom, your lips are sweet as honey pie. Naught compares to your golden hair. Whoa. That, Let's see, is she around here? I don't see her little... I'm just looking for the marker.
Well, isn't this a surprise? Where are you headed?
To the theater.
It's kind of late, so I'm not surprised nobody's around. We might have to wait until tomorrow to find her. Oh, wait a minute. Have we been in this area before? Oh, the temple.
next day of the Kraken, there will be a new performance.
Okay, well, there goes that idea. Oh, you know what? I think I want to get out of this ridiculous outfit. Put my regular stuff on. So, this is a bust. Let's go ahead and go to the market.
How shall I say?
Yeah, let's go to the market.
It's not as if I didn't tell them that already.
Or we could go to the foreign quarter and meet Gaspar at the bar.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Let's go to... right here. Oh, what is this? Can we climb this? No.
As I said, the offer stands.
And here we are. There's a dance party going on. That's the barmaid. I think we just have to talk to the guy here.
Malfash's blessings.
Hello, I'm looking for a room for the night. We're gonna need to sleep at some point.
It's no Ark Noble quarter, but it's warm and clean. Want it?
Yep.
Good. We'll open up the room for you. And please, no shady business. We walk the righteous path in here and don't want any trouble.
We don't need to buy anything. We're just gonna go have a seat. Yeah, Gaspar's already... Oh, hello, lady.
How am I supposed to pay that much? Bloody cutthroats.
I don't know if I've seen her in here before. Yeah, these guys are just hanging out. There's Gaspar. I believe that...
Wait a minute. You're an outlander, aren't you?
Yep. Isn't that obvious?
Only if you know what to look for. I'm one myself, so I do. Bal Hazel, pleased to make your acquaintance. Tell me, if you're new in this city, are you perchance also looking for work? Excuse me, what was I saying? I'm looking for a hand.
I'm always looking for work. What do you have in mind?
It's simple. I want you to find something for me. You know, I'm a healer, just like my father was, and my grandfather before that. When he came to this country, he did so because he had been hired by an arcanist woman, a bright lady who valued science and the arts of healing. In any case, my grandfather spent a large portion of life working for this lady in an old, abandoned fort near the now deserted village of Fogville. Together with a good dozen other apothecary, he planned for my father to succeed him. But before he had the chance to, the mushroom plague occurred.
The mushroom plague? You mean the plague that destroyed the Whisperwood?
Yes, that one. The spores of those mushrooms have literally sucked all the life from the forest and its surroundings. Plus, they are a threat to everyone who comes close.
I see. Did your grandfather's work have anything to do with that plague?
It does seem likely, doesn't it? Both my father and I have asked my grandfather this question too, but he has always denied it. The plague was a magical phenomenon, a freak of nature, no more, no less. Those were his words. However, I've made some troubling discoveries which have led me to doubt that. I believe the plague might have been fabricated.
Fabricated? But why would anyone want to do that?
Well, this is exactly what I want you to find out. Unfortunately, the noblewoman whom my grandfather worked for has long been dead, and she was the last in their bloodline, so I couldn't find any answers there. But the old fortress where they worked still stands. Go there and look for answers. If my grandfather had something to do with this, I want to know.
Well, I think he doesn't go because he's horribly ill. He sounds pretty sick. Why is this so important to you?
Isn't that obvious? Because I want to understand. You know, we Arzelines believe in the debt of blood. If my grandfather committed a crime, it is my responsibility to atone for it. Plus, I believe that if there was a way to, well, to cure that plague, it is hidden within that fortress. Whatever harm the mushrooms can do, they can also reverse it.
Yeah, as if.
My father never cared much about all this, but I'm different. If there's one thing I want to achieve in my life, then it's clarity.
Fine then, I'll see what I can do. Where can I find this fortress? And what do you need me to look for?
Reports, scrolls, samples of their work. Anything that could be of relevance. Just look around. Do you have a map? Here, the fortress should be in this area. Best you take a Myra to Fogville. In the village harbour, there was a hut where my grandfather lived when he was off duty. Chances are you'll find a key to the fortress there. Good luck, and thank you. If you have found the material, you can find me in the Undercity, near the old waterworks. My laboratory is there.
Oh, interesting. And he leaves. Oh no, he just goes and sits over there. Oh, what are you doing? Smoking? Alright. How are we on time? 9:30. Let's check in with Gaspar.
My son. Hey, you came. Come on, take a seat.
Will do. Let's have a drink.
So, tell me, how are you holding up? It must have been quite the whirlwind. Yesterday, a refugee from another country, and now a prodigy with a magic great enough to impress old Bushybeard.
Honestly, I'm still trying to make sense of all this.
Good luck with that. I'm quite curious to see how things keep on with you. You're different. I noticed that the time we met. Anyhow, tell me, what do you make of this country now that you've had some time to look around? I figure it must be quite the change from Nerem.
Tell Gaspar about the recent events. Well, you're right about that.
Shoot. Yeah, I can picture that.
Oh, did we eat?
You know, this is exactly the reason why I love inns so much. The sky can rain fire out there. In here, you'll always meet laughter and good humor. Not to mention all the good-looking men and women.
So, I'm not really interested in romancing Gaspar, so maybe I'll say this one. What is he gonna... You know, I do want to impress... I don't know if there's any stat benefit to having him like us, especially if he's not a romance option. But I think we're going to say this. Some of the ladies are not to be scoffed at, indeed.
Absolutely. Though I think I've seen enough of this place by now. Of Enderal, I mean. There's a ship sailing for Calais next morning, and as it seems, it will be the last one for quite some time to come. Who knows? Maybe they still have a cabin to spare for a handsome treasure hunter.
What, you want to leave in spite of all that's happening?
Oh well. This entire thing was more a coincidence than planned anyhow. The Order needed someone with skill and discretion. I was around. End of story. I never intended to stick around for much longer. Heck, me as an ambassador of the Holy Order, could you imagine that? Not one step further, O fair maiden. Drop your garments so we may both bathe in Malthus's holy light. Actually not that bad, don't you think?
Yeah, he's definitely like a... Oh, I don't know how to put it, but he lives his life to the fullest, and he doesn't want any responsibility, anything to drag him down. So we're going to go with very convincing.
Oh, you're too kind. But you know, at the end of the day, I guess I'd probably lack both the pathos and the idealism for such a profession. You know, I'm aware of how these esteemed keepers up there talk about sellswords like me. I could save 30 virgins from a Myrodon rampage. At the end of the day, they'd always say I did it for the money, because I wanted to bet the women, or whatever. I'm driven by inferior motives. While no matter what their actions end in, they are good guys, because they do things for the right reasons. If only they'd understand that it's results that matter, not intentions. What does the wise hermit say? Nothing is of less importance to the saved than the reason for their rescue. The only difference between a mercenary like me and a holy warden is that I'm at least aware of the fact that I do what I do for myself, and no one else.
Very clear insight into Gaspar's philosophy. What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that all those heroes and self-declared messiahs are no better than everyone else. In the end, we are all selfish, because we always act in accordance to what we think we have to be like. So yes, maybe the keeper saves the farmer from the bandits. But at the end of the day, he does it because he sees himself in a certain light. You know, the funny thing is that a lot of times, it's especially those who think of themselves driven by a higher purpose who are the really dangerous ones. They don't understand what drives them, and that makes them easy to manipulate. The only thing left to do for the capable hate-monger or tyrant is to somehow combine his own ambitions with the mental image of this person. And presto, you've got your perfect puppet, only waiting to dive into the next hail of arrows for their honor, their religion, or whatever they thought of this time. It's just so idiotic, you know? The world would be a much better place if everyone could just acknowledge that the only reason we're here is that we want to be happy.
Well, that's really, really interesting that people can be manipulated so easily, the stronger their convictions, because that makes me think, although we haven't met him yet, of Mr. Eranthiel, the leader of the Order, and all that they're doing, which will come into play later. But for now, I think I'm going to go with this one. This is definitely going to make him not like us, so there's some sense in that, I'll admit.
Really? I was half expecting you to throw insults at me. That's what people usually do when I tell them that. But I guess life is full of surprises. Anyway, I'll take my leave now. I very much enjoyed our talk, but the ship to Quillet leaves before the first cocks crow tomorrow, and I want some more time to think about it.
Yep, do that. I'll see you around.
Keep your chin up.
Some people just don't know their path.
All right, well, it is 10:30, so we still have about an hour before we can go to
Yes, you should go into the
what is it, to where where Gnarldath is outside the gates. But I think I want to do that thing with the merchant beforehand. I think we need to do that first, and then at midnight we'll go outside and deal with the troll or whatever it is. So I think that's going to have to happen in the next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. It's been all talk, this video. We'll see you next time. Maybe we'll have some action then. Take care.